Welcome to another Zelda Ocarina of Time video, and in today's video we're at the end of the game taking down Ganon's castle and the big man himself. I'll show you where the hidden room is with all the fairies, how to get the golden gauntlets, and one cycle Ganondorf. There's plenty of things to do in this castle, so let's get started, and as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and obey. Once you get into Ganon's fortress, we're going to run down these stairs, past both the Beamoses that aren't going to do anything to you if you're running, and then through this door on the other side. That'll lead to the main chamber. The first thing you should know about in this dungeon is a secret room full of fairies and Deku business shrubs, and it's right underneath where you walk in the castle. You need your magic lens to see it, but not to go through it. Use your Megaton hammer and that'll pop all the Deku business shrubs out at once so they don't attack you. Then you can go around and buy things like red potions, green potions, arrows, and bombs, not to mention there's fairies everywhere. Every time you leave that secret room and go back into it, it respawns. You don't even have to leave the castle, so know about that room and use it as you need it. Then when you're ready, the first door we have to go through is the shadow door with the purple emblem. When you enter the room, there's a giant chasm in front of you, but you can fix that by shooting this torch on the right-hand side with a fire arrow. That'll make blocks appear that we can run across, and over to the left-hand side is a chest we can open, but there's only a blue rupee inside, so feel free to skip it. Now the blocks we created by lighting that torch with fire, those are going to disappear once that fire runs out, so don't just stand around on these blocks messing around with the bubble enemy or you will fall to your death. Now let's try this again. We're going to light that torch again with our fire arrows, but this time we're going to run straight across, and we're ignoring that chest to the left. We're ignoring this bauble guy so we can make it to the ledge with the like on it. Now we're going to need to take down the like. You can use your big Goron sword or the fire arrow since we already have them equipped, and then we need to relight that torch. Besides the one we passed when we first entered the room, there's also one by the exit of the room we can now hit. So light either of those torches to bring the blocks back and then make our way over to the next platform area. Now make your way down these staircases over to the switch. The last block with the switch on it won't disappear, so don't worry about that. Pull out your Megaton hammer and hit the switch, and that's going to make a chest appear up on this ledge. Now we can use our long shot to hit that chest, bring ourselves up to the ledge, and then we can make our way around and open this chest. Inside we'll get the golden gauntlets, which we're going to need for the final fairy fountain. Now that we have the gloves, put on your lens of truth and your hover boots, because this little icy path can be dangerous and easy to slip off of. Then you want to hit this thing with your hammer again. That's going to make the bars on the exit lower themselves. And then from here we're going to use our long shot to hit that second torch that we lit. This will bring us straight over to the exit. Once you get in this room, you'll see a weird little orb surrounded by purple light. You need to shoot this thing with a light arrow. This will automatically warp you back to the main room of the temple, and when you get there, you'll notice that the shadow barrier is now dissolved since we shot that tenon thing with a light arrow. Now that we have the golden gauntlets and we've taken down the shadow barrier, it's time to leave Ganon's castle for a minute and run back down this bridge. At the bottom of the bridge, hang a left. We're going to go under the bridge and then take a right down this path. Now use your golden gauntlets on this giant stone. With the stone out of the way, head inside the cave to the last great fairy fountain in the game, and go stand on this pedestal and use your ocarina to play Zelda's lullaby. The Great Fairy just improved your defense power by putting this little protection around your hearts. That means you're only going to take half damage now in battle. Once you have the defensive upgrade from the Great Fairy Fountain, we can head back inside Ganon's tower. Once you're back in the main chamber with the barriers, head to the other side of the room. This time we're going through the fire door, but you want to put your hover boots on first. The platform in the middle of the room will sink without hover boots, and this platform over here with the silver coin will sink no matter what. After you pick up that silver coin, make a left across the way here, which is also easier if you have hover boots. There's another silver coin on the other side of this spinning fire. Carefully circle the torches and make your way back to the main platform. Then take a left and make your way onto this ledge here. Now we're going to use our new golden gauntlets on this big giant stone up here. Pick up the silver rupee that was hiding under that stone, and then turn around and follow that giant stone you threw. You want to make your way to this platform over on the left that has the other silver coin. Take care of the flame slug up here, but don't pick up that silver rupee. We want to save that one for last. Because when you pick up the last rupee, there's a cutscene, and there's not enough time to get back if we're watching a cutscene over here. You also want to take off your hover boots at this point. It'll make this part a lot easier and quicker. Once you get back to the main platform, then we can pick up this other silver rupee, which unlocks the exit. Then put your hover boots back on before you come stand on this platform in the middle. We don't want this sinking into the lava either. Now pull out your hook shot and you can make your way to the exit off the little hook shot mark next to the door. Behind this door, you're going to find another one of those weird tentacle things that you're going to need to shoot with a light arrow. Once you do, that'll dispel the barrier. It'll also teleport you back out to the main room when the barrier dispels. That's 2 barriers down, 4 to go. Next up is the light barrier. The room to the light barrier is covered by this giant stone, and it's just to the left of the fire room. So get rid of this stone with your gold gauntlets, and then we can head inside. When you first get in the room, you might want your magic lens to see the invisible enemies, like the Skulltula hanging down in the middle of the room. Don't put your magic lens away yet. There's still 3 more keys we need to take care of. They're invisible also, and they're sitting on 3 of the 6 chests. Once we take out all of the keys, we'll get a new chest appear in the middle of the room. It's inside this chest that we'll get the small key we need to get out of this room and into the next one. The first chest on the right when you entered the room is going to freeze you. So is the third chest on the right and the middle chest on the left. So if you need to open every chest, let's start with those 3. Just hurry and wiggle out of the ice so you don't take too much damage. After we've frozen ourselves, we can pick up the other chests. The first one on the left is a blue rupee. The third one on the left is going to be a heart piece, which will make up for all the freezing nonsense. And then the one in the middle on the right is going to give you some arrows. With that nonsense out of the way, head into the next room, stand on the Triforce on the ground, then pull out your ocarina and play Zelda's Lullaby. This will make a chest drop next to you. The chest that drop is going to have a small key to let you through the next room, which means the only point for this room is to prove that you are a friend to the royal family. In the next room, we have 1 minute to collect 5 rupees. So walking around the left-hand side, we're going to start with the outside path to pick up the first rupee, and then go to the inside path to pick up the second. Then keep walking the same way, and we'll do the inside path again to get the third rupee, then keep going the same way without hitting the boulder and go to the outside path to get the 4th one. From this little alcove we're hiding in, pull out your long shot, aim at the ceiling, and that little mark will take you up to the 5th and final rupee to unlock the door. Jump down and head into the next room, and we can shoot the Tinin with a light arrow. Wait, where'd the Tinin go? Use your lens of truth to see there's a tunnel in this room, but don't hang out too long. That shadow around your feet means there's a wall master trying to grab you. Get in the tunnel and he can't grab you. That leads to the real light Tinin. Once you shoot the light Tinin with a light arrow, that's going to warp you back to the main room and dispel the light barrier. If we keep going to the left, the next door is going to be the spirit barrier. Head inside and use Nehru's Love. With this protection spell on, we don't need to worry about all the hazards in this room. The first thing we're going to do is take out the Beamos in the middle, and then we have to go around and collect the 5 different silver rupees that are hiding everywhere. There's 3 in each corner and 2 by the Beamos we just destroyed. The 4th rupee is right behind where the Beamos was situated, and the 5th one you just need to use your hook shot on the ceiling to pull yourself up to get. Once you get all 5, that'll unlock the door to the next room. But before we leave, you'll notice that Navi turns green where the Beamos was. If you play the Sun Song while standing here, a giant fairy will appear for you. You can't put it in a bottle, but it will refill your hearts and magic meter for you. Now that we're filled up on hearts and magic, let's head into the next room. In this room, we're up against 2 flame slugs. Feel free to use a little magic here and a giant spin attack, because one of them should drop a magic bottle for you. Now snuggle up against this fence here and do another spin attack to hit the crystal on the other side to drop a chest behind you. Inside this chest, we'll get a bomb chew. Now you know what to do? Because that was your clue. Take the bomb chew and launch it over the fence where there's a gap to hit the crystal in the back of the room. This will unlock the door next to you. Head through that door, hang a left, and go into a larger, darker room. Then use a fire arrow on the ceiling where the cobwebs are. This will make some light appear that we're going to use with our mirror shield. As you come out of the tunnel, the sun symbol that's immediately on the left-hand side, that's the one you want to reflect the light onto to unlock the door. Head into this next room and you'll see another one of those Tinin things you need to shoot with your light arrows. Once you do, that'll warp you back to the main room and dispel the spirit barrier. Next door to the left is the forest door, so head through there and then get ambushed by a wolf host. Just wait for him to swing and then attack his back. That's going to make a chest appear in the middle of the room, but it's not a small key, it's a blue rupee. See, you gotta light a bunch of torches, so first fire arrow the torch up here and then use Din's fire. Head through the door, and in the next room, we need to pick up 5 silver rupees. The first one on the left here is a lot easier if you play the Song of Time. That'll make a time block appear below it. When I was playing this, I thought that fan was going to knock me off, so I wore my iron boots, but now that I'm watching it, I don't know that it will. But I know this one will, and that's what we want. Once it's going, put on your hover boots, walk out, and it'll blow you over to the second silver rupee. Then we're going to pull out a bomb, target the Beamos, blow him out of the way, and then when the path is clear, we can walk across this platform over to the next one to pick up a silver rupee. Climb up the ledge here, and on the right, there's another silver rupee. Just be very careful, make sure the fan's not going before you go get it. Then take off your hover boots, jump onto this platform with the switch, and that'll make a hook shot spot appear. So pull out your long shot, target this new spot, and that'll take you straight up to the last silver rupee, and that's going to unlock the exit for you. And be careful when you're leaving this room. If you slip and fall, you have to do the whole thing over again. In here, you'll find another one of those tenons we need to shoot with a light arrow, which will automatically teleport us back to the main room and get rid of the forest barrier. Now there's only one more to go. The next door we have to go through is going to be downstairs, and it's on the opposite side of the room that the light door was on. When I come into this room, I'm going to start breaking the icicles around the blue fire while I make my way around the blue fire, because I want to trigger 2 ice enemies in this room. Then when I do, I'll use Den's fire. Now scoop up some blue fire. We're going to need 2 rounds of it. There's also 2 chests in this room. The one on the left is going to freeze you, so wiggle the joystick to break free quickly. Then get the one on the right. That one will have a recovery heart to make up for the one that froze you. Now we're going to use that blue fire on the red ice in this room. And if that was your only blue fire, make sure you go back and get 1 more round. In the next room, we're going to have a puzzle to solve, and we only have 2 minutes. We have to push these ice blocks. Start with the second one, go to the left of it here, and push it towards this ice rock. Then once again, go around it to the left-hand side here, and push it towards that hole in the middle of the room. Now we can go push that other giant ice block across where the hole was into the ice rock down here. Then go around the block and push it on the right-hand side this time towards the other ice rock. Now we want to wrap back around and push it towards the direction it originally came from. This will have the ice block create a stairway that we can climb now to get up to the red ice, use our blue fire on, which will reveal a switch that we can use our megaton hammer on to make the exit open up. Now don't dilly-dally in this ice room, the timer's still going and we need to get to the exit. I said dilly-dally. Now shoot this thing with a light arrow to finish this. Now that all the barriers are down, we're going to climb Ganon's tower, so you might want to stop by that secret fairy room and recharge. Then we'll make our way into the middle area that was blocked by the barrier. The first room has a bunch of fire keys and some stairs. I would just run past all the fire keys. They won't follow you through the door. In this room, you're going to be up against 2 Lizalfoses, but these Lizalfoses look different than the other ones I've fought. They seem to be like the generals or the leaders. Take both of them out either way, and when you do, the door to the next room will unlock. When you head through the door, you'll find another winding staircase that leads up to another little arena where you'll have to fight some Stalfoses this time. And for this Stalfos fight, you don't need to kill them both at the same time. Take them both out, that'll unlock the door and reveal a chest in the middle of the room. This is going to have the boss key we need to go fight Ganondorf. When you leave this room, you'll go up another staircase that's just going to lead to another battle arena, and this time you're up against Iron Knuckles. We'll use Nehru's Love first to make sure we don't take too much damage, but while Nehru's Love's activated, you can't use magic like light arrows. Head up the next staircase and that'll lead to the boss door, which leads to Ganondorf. Now I want to use an empty bottle when I fight him. That's why I'm emptying a fairy here. The first attack Ganondorf makes is going to destroy half the arena. Make sure you watch your step. In order to one-cycle him, I'm going to do a jump attack with the big Goron sword, even though I'm not hitting anything. Then I can swap over to the Master Sword and use the stab glitch. But first I'm going to have to stun him, which means I'm going to have to shoot the ball of light back at him. This is what I use an empty bottle for, because it swings a lot faster than your sword, so it's easier to do. Then shoot him with a light arrow while he's stunned. That'll knock him to the ground, and we can start doing our stab attack. The stab attack does as much damage as your last attack did, and it's registering my last attack as the jump with the big Goron sword. That's how we're doing so much damage to him so quickly. When Ganondorf realizes he can't beat you, he's gonna throw a tantrum and decide to crush this whole tower and kill everyone inside of it. So you and Zelda need to escape within the next 3 minutes. Luckily, she'll open shortcuts for you. Once you get to the bottom, you'll be safe and sound, right? Of course not. Ganondorf's gonna show back up out of the rubble. This time he's gonna transform into the mighty Ganon. Now it's time for the final boss fight. We're not gonna have the Master Sword, so we're gonna need to use something else to attack Ganon's tail with. I like to use Deku Nuts. To target Ganon's tail, you're going to need to distract him. You can bait Ganon into attacking, and when he whiffs, you'll have plenty of time to walk around and attack his tail while he recovers. And you don't have to use Deku Nuts. You should also have a big Goron sword at this point. You could also hit him in the face with a light arrow. That's going to stun him for long enough for you to walk around and attack his tail a few times. And don't worry about losing the magic. Just get him to destroy one of these structures. A lot of them are full of magic potions. But I think the quickest way to do damage to his tail is not target him and roll underneath him when he does his attack. Try to stay close to Zelda too, because halfway through the attack, the wall's gonna drop and you can go pick up your Master Sword. Don't try to press the A button, just pick it up or you'll end up talking to Zelda. We need to go hurry and stab this guy before he recovers. Get a couple hits in. And you can't kill him with any other weapon except the Master Sword, so it's time to swap to it. Shoot him in the face with a light arrow, walk around and it'll automatically target his tail so you can jump attack with your sword. Then walk back around and it'll automatically retarget his face for another light arrow. Just keep rinsing and repeating this to win. So I guess Zelda knows how to do the Kamehameha, and she just totally takes down Ganon after we've attacked him enough times. And then all of a sudden, your Master Sword is finally ready to do some damage. And that, my friends, is how we take down Ganon's tower, Ganondorf, and the big man Ganon himself. If you have any other comments, tips, strategies, or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and obey.